Hollywood writers who try to poke their noses into internet culture. They either completely misunderstand who the good and bad guys are, or more like...
Dude, did he just argue that domestic terrorists are the good guys? Is that his argument? Because that certainly seems to be what he fucking just implied. Let's rewind that a second. Yeah, I want to check out Savant. I want to check out this Savant movie, the Jessica Chastain movie that like all the chuds seem really enraged about for some reason. I don't know why. We can check that out.
Hey kids, come on.
I personally think it's probably a combination of multiple things, but it's probably, woman starring in movie. We gotta get mad at that, easy target, I guess. They got raged about Woman King and G20. Of course, can't talk about Sinners, can't we? But also going how she investigates hate groups, which is a serious issue. And, they want to make light of that because, let's face it, a lot of their audience are part of hate groups. So.
What's she looking at? She's working.
She's working? I thought this was a no-work weekend, Mom.
Coordinated mass attack.
Blood will be shed.
Locked and loaded. Been planted for months.
The hunt has begun.
What do you...
True, Paul. So far, getting vibes kind of like that War of the Worlds movie that I didn't see, but I've seen people talk about. Ice Cube in front of a computer watching all this crap.
Terrifying machines rising out of these meteors. Get away from that! Get out of there!
I guess it could be like that, although we're getting clips outside of that, but...
You do in there all day.
I think it's also worth saying that setup is not inherently going to make a bad movie. It just makes it very limiting.
Night sometimes.
I track people who are planning attacks. My job is pretending to think like them to stop those people from doing really bad things.
FBI, on your knees!
That's why we call her the Savant. Snipers.
Okay, it definitely doesn't look like it's like War of the Worlds at all now. It might just have that element, but...
Bombings. Ambushes. We're on the verge of serious violence. I've been watching him for a year and a half. He's recruiting for something. I don't know what it is, but it's massive.
This guy isn't just planning violence. He's out to make a statement.
What kind of a statement?
The kind that history refers to with a month and a date. Innocent Americans are going to die.
We need to infiltrate further.
I don't think you should keep pushing this.
Listen to me. They have photos of your family.
You think if you engage with terrible things, you're daring even worse things to happen.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know if that necessarily excites me, but I don't necessarily think it would be bad per se. It just... But you know what? I'm kind of interested. Critical Drinker already did a video about this, which is Really confusing. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's literally the second recommendation after this video. The Savant, the ultimate Karen power fantasy. So I guess we can oh no, Ice Cube has a version that just came out. It's pretty much him looking at a computer screen throughout the whole movie. It's supposed to be quite bad. I'm not even a huge fan of the Tom Cruise one, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst. But anyways, what the fuck does he have to say? Like, this hasn't even come out yet, so like he hasn't seen it.
If Hollywood was a person, it would be the drunken bridesmaid delivering a rambling, cringy, unscripted 15-minute wedding speech, even though she can clearly see the life draining out of every person in the room with each new sentence that comes tumbling out. It would be the...
That's a hell of a fucking intro. Okay, so like, you do understand, like, a wedding or something like that is meant to celebrate, like, the couple, right? Like, that's the point. It's not necessarily meant to, like, entertain the audience. The audience is there because, in theory, they're friends, the couple, and are happy to celebrate that moment with them. It's a weird fucking statement, man.
Comedian's still trying to push his unfunny jokes, even as half the audience gets up and walks out, and the other half...
Oh, you mean like, you know, fucking Jim Brewer and fucking, what was that? Fucking Tony Hinchcliffe?
Trust the experts, trust the experts. Trust the science, trust the science. CDC, CDC, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Mask on, mask off, 2 shots, 1 shot, mask on, 2 masks. Comply, comply.
6 foot safe. Do what you are told. It is for your safety.
Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
Are passed out drunk in their seats. It would be the party guy who decides that now is the perfect time to do flaming shots, even as everyone else is getting their coats to go home. The point I'm making here is that being able to read the room is a pretty important skill for anyone, especially if your job is to produce entertainment that will appeal to as wide an audience as possible. That means having your finger on the pulse of modern culture and understanding how people are feeling, what they like.
Well, okay. So we just, like, I released a video on that, him covering the Variety article, and his argument there was that Hollywood should maybe not make movies that are designed to appeal to everyone, and should just make movies designed to appeal to certain demographics.
The first reality is that not everything you make can appeal to everyone, and nor should you try. Movies like Barbie and Top Gun Maverick are proof that when you target a specific audience and give them exactly what they want without trying to dilute it down in the hopes of appealing to an even bigger market, you can and will make an absolute fortune.
Which, I mean, his 2 points were like Barbie and Top Gun Maverick, even though those are both very much 4-quadrant movies. His point was obviously, you know, they made Barbie for a women audience and then Top Gun Maverick for a male audience. Okay. Weak fucking sauce argument, but okay. And now his argument is that they should make movies exclusively for a wide audience. Like, not only was that last video I covered of his just completely fucking stupid, but this video is now completely contradicting that video. Like, holy fucking shit.
Like and dislike, and what issues are important to them right now. Which is what Apple TV spectacularly failed to do with the release of their first trailer for The Savant.
So he didn't even see it. Yeah, it didn't even look like it was released. I was like, maybe he got like a press footage version. Like, it won't be impossible if someone with his size. I mean, I've gone stuff like that, and I'm not remotely his size. So he's just here to pan the trailer.
New show about, and I kid you not, a middle-aged white Karen who uses online censorship and surveillance to tackle right-wing extremism in America. Congratulations, Apple.
It's interesting. That's not really the pitch they gave in the trailer. So if we're judging this by the trailer, the pitch is that she has the ability to kind of go into the mind of these guys and kind of mimic their behavior. And, you know, she's probably going to do it online, since if she's in person, they'll probably know she's not like a white guy. And like I said, like, it's not even necessarily something that like got me really excited, but like, it doesn't mean it's inherently bad. I miss the days of reviewing movies after we've seen them.
I do believe you've cracked it. You have officially won the Boy Did We Back the Wrong Horse award for the most tone-deaf, out-of-touch production in recent memory. Just bear.
How? Like, white nationalists aren't an issue anymore? That's not an problem? Is that your argument, Drinker? It sounds like that's your fucking argument, bro.
Barely beaten Ironheart to the posts. Anyway, let's...
By the way, Ironheart was totally a decent series. Jesus.
Talk about it in more detail, shall we? Jessica Chastain stars as Karen. Sorry, Jodie Goodwin, a government profile.
Ha ha ha. Do you see? Because the meme is Karen, so he got the name wrong. Because apparently going undercover in white nationalist groups makes you a Karen. You know, it's kind of telling that he's trivializing, like, exposing white nationalist terrorism acts. Because that's the point. Like, she goes undercover in these groups, and she figures out, like, when these extremist attacks will happen and tries to prevent them. And he's mocking that? Like, are you pro-white nationalist killing people, Drinker? Like, the fuck are we doing? To my understanding, it is supposed to be based on a true story. Now, with stuff like this, you always have to take that with a grain of salt. But yes, it's supposed to be based on a true story.
Whose job is to infiltrate online hate groups from her garden shed, posing as one of them so that she can get information about upcoming attacks and stop them before they even happen. But when she gets wind of a major operation about to go down, the bad guys turn the tables on her and come after her own family. But can she moderate those forums hard enough to dox the men responsible and keep, democracy? Is that...
It wouldn't be doxing. It would be, I mean, it would be reporting the information to the authorities. That's not doxing. Doxing would be making that public. You see, like, he is acting like the person who is exposing terrorist and acts of violence. The person who is trying to prevent that is somehow doing the bad thing. That is so fucking weird. Like this is like Critical Drinker being like, I'm pro white nationalist terrorism.
The word I'm looking for? Sure, yeah, let's go with that. Keep democracy safe. You know, basing a story around a protagonist sitting at a computer is a pretty tough sell. Just ask Ice Cube. But using your show to advocate for...
Well, I mean, if you actually watch the trailer, you realize, yeah, there's definitely going to be parts of the computer, but there's plenty of parts that aren't on the computer. Now, we'll actually see the movie and what it does, because, you know, maybe we should judge the movie for what it does and not what the trailer does. But, like, the trailer showed, like, maybe, like, I don't know, 25% of her on the computer and then the rest not?
For increased online surveillance, entrapment, and government...
I'm sure Black Klansman was released really before the Critical... I think Critical Drinker really took off with, what was it? It was Black Panther. He did a cringe review of Black Panther. I want to say Black Klansman was the year before that, 2017. I'll double check that. I'll see. Maybe he has a review of Black Klansman. That'd be funny, though.
And overreach is an even bigger one at a time when most people are getting pretty sick of that bullshit. Look, we just have to keep people safe, okay? Safe from who, you might ask? Just Don't worry about it. It doesn't really
No, this is based on a true story. Drinker, are you arguing that like white nationalists don't commit violence? Are you arguing that white nationalists don't exist? Can you clarify your argument against this movie, please?
really help that the hero in this case is an overbearing liberal white woman with the
Overbearing liberal white woman. Based on what? What clip in the trailer tells you that she is an overbearing liberal white woman? Like, the fuck are you even talking about, Drinker?
power of a keyboard at her fingertips.
Oh man. Oh god, oh man.
Let's be honest, we've all had to deal with people like that, and it's usually about as much fun as trying to make love to a food blender. Now, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against Jessica Chastain as an actor, but holy shit, making us empathise with this woman is going to be the Mount fucking Everest of acting challenges. What's next? You gonna tell us the story of a heroic Reddit mod bravely scrolling through forums late at night to ban users who say things she disagrees with?
Oh god, like, okay, I guess I'm not shocked at all that fucking Critical Drinker has some AI images cooked up for this shit. But okay, so you want to make a movie about a Reddit moderator. I guess, like, you can make anything into a movie. That doesn't sound engaging at all. Dude, I like this AI art, too. How it has the fucking screen for the modder behind the modder. Like, this is such fucking garbage and totally what I would fucking expect in a goddamn Critical Drinker video. 100%. But yeah, like, the point is, she's not going undercover to hunt down cringy, like, Reddit posts. She's going undercover to identify white nationalists and potential acts of terror they might do, which is a thing that exists.
The Wikipedia user quietly working in the shadows to rewrite articles so they align with the correct worldview. The Twitter user...
Oh my god, this AI usage shit is obnoxious. But yeah, Wikipedia probably pisses these guys off. Listen, if Wikipedia, people like to say, and it is true, Wikipedia should never be used as a primary source, but is pretty reliable to be used as like a launching off point, and it's fairly accurate. And like discrediting Wikipedia because, you know, it doesn't align with your worldview usually means you're discrediting facts. Not obviously Wikipedia isn't always 100% accurate, but like it's a good launching off point. It's a good point to say, hey, that's interesting. Let's find out more.
Who selflessly false flags other accounts for the greater goods.
How can this be for the...
No, it's to stop terrorist acts in the United States. Domestic terrorist attacks in the United States.
Greater good. Shut it!
This is the problem with...
Don't fucking use a clip from fucking Hot Fuzz. That movie is so much better than this dribble of a video you've put out, bro.
Hollywood writers who try to poke their noses into internet culture. They either completely misunderstand who the good and bad guys are, or more like...
Dude, did he just argue that domestic terrorists are the good guys? Is that his argument? Because that certainly seems to be what he fucking just implied. Let's rewind that a second.
Writers who try to poke their noses into internet culture. They either completely misunderstand who the good and bad guys are, or more like...
So, yeah, so your argument is the people who stop domestic terrorist attacks are the bad guys, and the people who do domestic terrorist attacks are the good guys. That's a hell of a fucking take, bro. Holy shit.
Likely, they just don't fucking care and try to impose their own ideas onto something that they know very little about. It's funny, really, because this trailer is like a beautiful patchwork quilt of everything that's considered safe and acceptable in modern entertainment. A perfect example of the message, if you will.
God, I feel like it's been a while since I've seen him use the message in the graphic. And just seeing it again, it's too fucking soon. Because I still would love to know, what exactly is the message and what is your problem with it? Because it looks like the message is just equality, which I don't have an issue with.
Female protagonist who's smarter than everyone else around her? Check. Ethnically diverse.
Do we know that? Like, we just saw a fucking trailer.
First family? Check.
Okay. Is there anything wrong with that?
Unthreatening, affable husband? Check. But
do we know that? Do we fucking know that? It's a fucking trailer. He had like 5 seconds of screen time?
bad guys are middle-aged white Republicans? Check.
Well, yes, that's fun fact, drinker. That is typically what white nationalists align with politically. That is typically what they are. Spoiler alert.
No way!
Oh my goodness, who could have predicted that a show made by modern Hollywood would choose this particular group of people as the villains? It kinda reminds me of the BBC's recent coverage of anti-noise pollution campaigns for the London Underground, featuring of course those well-known hoodlums who listen to loud music on trains, elderly white men.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Now, I've actually had the misfortune of using the underground many times in my life, and I can tell you one thing for nothing, the dudes who pull this kind of shit do not look like this guy. When your writing process
Okay. Unrelated to this movie. Completely unrelated to this movie. Just saying.
consists of about 90% political pandering, always in one...
Really? Really? It strikes me as just another, like, honestly, it just strikes me as another, like, you know, based on true event story that they'll probably take a lot of liberties with. But, like, at the end of the day, as long as it's an entertaining movie or show, I don't care.
Direction, of course, and predetermined rules about which identity groups are allowed to do what, and maybe...
Oh, for fuck's sake, bro. Look at the statistics. Look at the statistics.
Maybe 10% actual creative storytelling. Well, you end up with stuff like the Savant, which...
You know, we don't know if it uses creative storytelling because we haven't seen the fucking movie because it hasn't been released yet.
Which probably explains why it's got a 50-50 dislike ratio, and...
The dislike add-on on YouTube, guys? It's wrong. It is wrong all the fucking time. I get so many comments telling me about the dislikes on my video, and every fucking one of them is wrong. Every single fucking one. It's not even close to.
And the comments are pure fucking gold, man. It's proof that no matter how hard the culture swings against them, there are...
Well, I mean, you guys did already... I mean, Nerdrotic actually, like, decided to spotlight this trailer, so no wonder they got shit comments.
There are always going to be people in Hollywood who just refuse to read the room.
Am I so out of touch?
You know, you guys don't have to watch it. And you don't have to talk about it. Like, listen, if you chuds didn't even talk about this movie, I wouldn't have paid attention to it. It would have just fucking disappeared. Here's an idea. If there's something that doesn't fucking interest you, don't talk about it on your YouTube channel. But no, you're going to do it because you can grift off it and make money off of it. That's it. That's how come we know you're a fucking grifter. Like, shit like this is where the grift is laid just so goddamn bare.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
Good luck with this show, Apple, because I think you're going to need it. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Yeah, as I was saying, this is the grift laid bare. Like, why even talk about this? Like, this is something that would probably fly under most people's radars. It is definitely not a typical topic for your channel, which is, generally speaking, nerd culture stuff. I would say the only reason for you to step out of it really would be if you are reviewing something that you've seen and you have not seen this. This is a trailer review. What, like, the fuck? Why talk about this? Oh, because it stars a white woman and the villains are going to be your audience members. I get it. I know, like, if he didn't talk about it, like, the fact they're so enraged by it actually gets me kind of interested to watch it, and like, it frustrates me because it's so dumb. That was an idiotic video.
Because I can live with it. I can live with it.